Hello, everyone. Welcome to the special edition of the Client Spotlight series. I have one of my dear clients, Kelsey, who joined the round of the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind previously, and now she's rejoined again because there's so much magic in there. So she's going to tell you all about her growth, how she learned to launch with ease, and how she learned how to turn lurkers into premium clients. I am so excited for this conversation because everybody has lurkers in their audience and they don't know it, and those are premium clients. And so I'm just delighted to have you here, Kelsey. Please introduce yourself with everybody so that they know who you are and what you do.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I am thrilled to be here. I am an integrative women's health coach, and I help women who are in their 30s and 40s to not only better understand what their body needs in those decades, because it's different than when you're in your 20s, but also how to sustainably refine how they care for their bodies so that they can feel strong, confident, and kind of feel the essence of hormone well-being. That's how I describe it. It's so great. It's amazing work. Every woman needs to know about it.
So good. Every woman needs to go reach out to Kelsey right now.
That's
so
right.
let's tell them why. Okay, so
Yeah.
we're going to talk about what you do and how you were having a little bit of trouble explaining it. So take us to before you joined Magnetize, where were you at in your business so that people can relate to your journey?
Yeah. So I will say my business is still kind of new. It's under 2 years old. And so prior to joining Magnetize, I was kind of in this, like, what I felt like was a growth spurt in my business, because I was attracting clients and women who wanted to know more about their body and like what's going on. This feels really weird. However, what I was struggling with was I was really struggling with kind of conveying the value of what it was I was actually doing with women, because I come from traditional healthcare, where my background is I'm a former pelvic floor physical therapist, and I knew exactly how to describe what I did with women in the clinic.
Yeah.
Fast forward to my coaching business, it was like gobbledygook. I was like, what am I doing with women? I just know what's going on, but I couldn't actually convey the value. And so while I was attracting clients, I really wanted to kind of level up in my abilities to not only guide these women with my own coaching skills, but also in conveying kind of how to even denote what it is I'm doing with women. So I had also, in that first year and a half of my business, I had raised my prices kind of in a steady. I went from 2K to 4K to 6K. And so I was kind of really stretching. And honestly, right before I got into Magnetize, I was like, man, you don't want to stretch alone, because it feels really scary and vulnerable. And so I was really just feeling this pull to level up and feel so much more confident in my words and in my abilities to present and be with women and hold space with them.
Oh my God, so good. This is a perfect place to be if that's what you want, to stretch and to not do it alone. I love that you said that. We can all stretch alone. It just feels like the stretch is much harder to hold. It's like one of those bands that I use for working out. It's like the black band that is like, when you do it together with a coach and with other people, it's like you're using their yellow band. It's just much easier. Oh my
Totally.
God. Okay, and so why did you choose the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind specifically? Because there are a lot of marketing programs out there, and I think it's important for people to understand the differentiation. Like, what is it like to be in there now that you've been in there, and what spoke to you in the beginning, and also, like, was it scary to make that decision?
Okay, I'm going to start with, was it scary? It was not at all. For the
Okay.
first time in my life, I took my credit card and I was like, take my money. I want in. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Which was new to me. And to kind of backtrack that, why I went with you in this mastermind was I had already been working with an amazing coach who also knows you. And I knew she was just epic. And I was kind of trickling back, like, how does she know what she knows? And so I was a lurker in your community.
Oh.
And I wasn't like liking everything. And I was just of like checking you out. And I ended up doing, I participated in one of your like 5-day challenges last summer, even though I didn't actually attend all of them. I just knew I wanted to work with you.
Yeah.
So, um, but I just really appreciated all of the value that I had already been getting just by being in your audience. And so that's what made me kind of intuitively go, this is happening. And it reminds me of, when I knew I wanted to be with and marry my husband however many years ago, it was the same thing of like, this is happening, let's go.
Oh my God, I love it. And I love that your decision making was like, absolutely, I trust myself, let's go. Some other
Yeah.
people, they like think about it for years. Everybody's on a
Mhm.
different journey and like there's nothing wrong with it. I think as coaches, we just get to honor everybody's journey and
Yeah.
provide, just stay consistent with the way that we believe in ourselves, that we believe that people want this. Because like imagine if I had known, there's one of my clients, Orly, she watched me for like 2 years and then she made the
Mhm.
decision. But imagine if I had given up like 2 years or a year into it, she wouldn't have been able to receive the support. So I think it's such a good lesson right now for everyone who's watching, that there are premium clients in your audience. People are watching, people are following you. They will come at the right time, and you have a lot of control over how you can invite them to make this the best time for them to
Yeah.
join, because for some of them, it will be the perfect time. And
Yeah.
so, tell us a little bit more about what happened inside of the container that you learned that helped you really grow. How the heck did you go from not attracting premium clients to attracting premium clients? Like, how did that happen?
Well, the minute that I, made that energetic exchange of like, here's my money, let's go. And even logging into the client portal for the first time, I was like, this just feels different.
Yeah.
I mean, it truly is a magnetic experience where when you start to course through your first 7 videos, it is such a high level experience where you start to just make these, and I wouldn't even call them 2-degree shifts. Like, I mean, I think it's safe to say everyone who enters is kind of like in it to win it, but wants to be doing it in a very kind of loving space.
Yeah.
Where I remember thinking, holy cow, I feel like the bow of my ship is completely now going in a new direction just by listening to the first 7 videos in the modules. So when you're in this container, you also start to recognize how much loving, compassionate, and genuine support you receive throughout each week. The copy calls with Parmeet, which I know we're all mentioning, those are epic.
I
I
know.
mean, they're just so good. And then with your weekly calls, and then the calls with Devana, and I mean, it's just high quality, high touch support, and
Yeah.
you're never left your own devices.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We are all about high quality premium support. And so I love that so much.
Mhm.
Okay, and so tell us, what did you learn from a mindset perspective and from a messaging perspective about turning lurkers into clients? Tell us about that.
The biggest thing that I experienced where I was like, oh, whoa, this is what I was doing, but this is what I want to be doing, was
Yeah.
really knowing that there are women out there reading my content and hanging out with me when I don't actually see them with my eyes. And so these are what you kind of reference as the lurkers, which I realized I was a lurker
Yeah.
too. And I realized, when you speak to them and nurture the lurkers, they are the ones who are more than likely going to want to hang out with you, and enroll, because they are curious and they're listening to you and they're in your audience. And believing that they were there. And then every little tiny thing that I did, I knew that I was speaking to a special woman and that my audience was full of these amazing women. That was such a different way to think for me.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about that, because that's one of the things we talked about before going live, that
Mhm.
one of the shifts for you was actually believing that
Yeah.
there are premium clients out there and that they
Yeah.
exist and that they're watching and that they're there. And I think this is just such a huge resistance point for
Yeah.
so many women, so many coaches, so many people that they just don't see the abundance. They don't know how to shift their focus, because if everything feels blurry, all we do is we like align your focus to 2020 vision so that you're
Yep.
actually able to see the clients. And so tell us a little bit about what that experience was like and how it elevated you.
Yeah, it was. I was thinking about this the other day. How how when people coaches are like, you just have to know that the clients are there, and cognitively knowing that and feeling it are two different things. I
Totally.
really felt that in your program, and when you really, I mean, there is no doubt about it. When you really believe that these women are sitting there wanting to enroll to work with you, and you take these little tiny actions to nurture them along, you're kind of like dating them secretly. I mean,
Totally.
it's magnetic and it's fun, and you just
Yeah.
know that this value is being conveyed to this human on the other end who is probably scared
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
wants to move
Yeah.
forward. She's just looking to you to say, "Hey, help me out."
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, I love that. That is such a
So,
vibe. That
mhm,
is such a vibe. It's so different than coming from the mindset of they're not there, nobody wants my stuff, they're not watching. And if they're watching, they think it's too expensive. So I have to address all their objections. So I have to like really speak into their pain points so that they buy. Like that is so not the way we do things in Magnetize. And that is why it's so
yeah,
magnetic, because it's pressure
yeah,
free. So I love
yeah.
that. Okay,
Hmm.
so tell us a little bit about what surprised you inside of the container, what wins you had, and also what. Actually, let's go with the launch. What
Yeah.
happened with the launch? Let's talk about the launch, because you hadn't launched before, and so
Mhm.
most people think launching is really hard and heavy and terrible. And tell us what your experience was like.
Yeah. So I had been on the client side of launches for a long time, and I love being in launches. I love those weeks being a client. And then suddenly coming into this container, I was like, God, a launch, it feels like it's going to be this big old thing.
Yeah.
And when I used your magnetic launch formula, and it was a very, again, kind of this like intuitive sense of like, oh my gosh, the doors just swung open. This launch is happening. I'm ready to go. I've got Parmise in my corner and everyone else. And it felt simple and fun. And I had framework to stay on my game,
Yeah.
but not be so stressed out that I was like, oh my God, because that's the energy that if you show up with that, that's probably what you're going to attract.
Exactly.
And so what I ended up doing was just kind of trialing this first launch, and it went great. And I ended up speaking to the lurker who had been hanging out,
Yeah.
and she enrolled, lickety split saying, here's, I don't, whatever you cost, that's fine, but I'm
Yeah.
ready to work with you
Yeah. Oh,
at my
so
new,
good.
new price.
At your new
So
price. Oh, that's so
yeah,
amazing. Oh my God.
it was
So good.
fun.
I love that so much.
Mhm.
Okay. And what would you say to somebody who is thinking about joining, but maybe is a little bit doubtful, is a little bit like, I'm not too sure if I should do it now? What would you say to them?
Um, I would probably say, little coachy question of like, if you're thinking you need to wait, who are you actually asking to wait? It's these, you have value to give, and that this container can help you really clarify and hone in on your value and speak with such clarity. And if you wait, your clients are waiting. And in my mind, it's like,
Exactly.
why push it off? Come
Yeah.
on in. The net is there to catch you. It's already built out. It's already there. Come have some fun, ease into it, and go for it. I mean, just go for it.
Yeah. I mean, like you did. You were just like, I'm going to go for it.
I'm gonna go for it. And oh my gosh, our kind of running joke in this last cohort was, 10,000 value, $10,000 of value right there. Just you
Yeah.
get it every single day to the
Yeah.
point where you're almost getting like 100,000 value,
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah, that is something that I teach everybody when they join. It's how you are going to get exactly what you came for. And that is by looking for all the $10,000 lessons in every moment, in every call. And literally, you start looking and then you start finding them. It's
Oh
like
yeah,
it's such a simple question, but it really rewires our brain to look for what we want. And it's been so beautiful to see everybody walk away with not just the return on investment, but like $100,000 more in value of
Yeah,
like lessons that are gonna pay off for the rest of their lives. And
totally.
so
Oh my gosh.
beautiful. Okay, tell us anything else that is on your heart that you want to share with people, or anything that maybe we missed that you had in mind to share just from your heart, anything that comes up. Or
Hmm.
if there's nothing, totally fine. Just wanted to tap into your heart and see what comes through.
Yeah, I think what's coming through is just this concept of when you join this container, it's you get this like reproducibility, and it's like this playground of what do you want to create? Let's help you. And then you just kind of keep refining it and refining it. And I just view this as one of the best investments that my business has seen yet and probably ever will see, because I'm going to take what I learned and level up and
Yeah,
expand and grow. And everyone keeps mentioning this, the spaciousness that you step into
yeah,
is like otherworldly. So
yeah.
just going to leave that there.
Oh my God, so good. And you're in your second round. So why did you join a second round? Tell us a little bit about that.
You know, with me being out, my business will be two this summer. And, you know, I'm here to collapse timelines. I'm here to really share the value of what I have to offer to
Yes.
all of the women out there who deserve more in their health. And I know that in order to do that, I want help. I want to really kind of refine and level up and just kind of keep holding that vision for myself, my business, and the clients
Yeah,
and their results. So
so
it's
good.
just it's a ripple effect. So
So good.
yeah.
Best decision ever. I'm always in support, in just continued support, because we all need it. And when you know a coach, when you know a coach, they know you, you just know each other, and then it's so much
Yeah.
easier. Things, just breakthroughs happen so much faster. So
Yeah.
I love it so much. So thank you so much for being here,
Thank you.
Kelsey. How
Thank
can
you.
people find you if they want to work with you?
hmm Very active on Instagram. My handle is at Kelsey Cannon DPT.
Yeah.
So you can DM me. You can also go to my website, which is just kelseycannon.com, and hit me up on Facebook. I'm there
Yeah.
too.
Awesome. Amazing. And just for everyone who's watching, go ahead and apply to the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind. I don't say it. My clients do. They say it's the best investment they've ever made. It's the last marketing mastermind they'll ever need. I mean, Kelsey just said it, and I didn't even prompt her. Didn't even say this. It's truly, I let the work speak for itself, and the community just really share from their heart. It's a program where you're going to feel really cared for, really loved on, really guided. You're not going to feel like a number. We're going to help you clarify your message so that you can attract clients. And that is our promise. Our promise is that everyone is going to get exactly what they came for and more. Like, you think you come from the three priorities that we give you in the beginning to decide, you come out with like so much more. But we just keep it conservative, for when we're first starting. So go ahead and apply, and I will read your application. And if you're accepted, I'll definitely let you know if you're the right fit. And if not, I'll let you know what other options you could have and when the right time would be. But just know that this is the best time to do it. We start very soon. And if you're watching this when we're not in the middle of a launch, just apply now and join early so that you can absorb all the content, because literally the more time you have with the content, the more it's going to sink into your consciousness and your bones, and you're just going to hit the ground running. So
Yep.
thank you so much for being here,
Thank
Kelsey.
you.
You are amazing. I love you so much. And thank you for sharing this with all your friends. Some of your friends are
Pleasure.
joining. So I'm
Yep.
super, super excited. And so for everyone who's watching, thank you so much for watching. And I will see you soon. Bye.